Happy Sunday afternoon on this 16th of February in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It's going to be the warmest day this week. It's 40 degrees and rainy. Then we get another cold snap and really over this winter, but at least spring training's going. So I have up there on the tin, on the label here, we're going to do Out of the Park 25 and Action PC Baseball 2025. We may not. We may just do one game or whatever. So today, Toronto Blue Jays will travel to St. Louis. It will be Juan Guzman versus Bob Gibson in the Mist Leagues. This is a different all-time greats league than the one that comes with Out of the Park Baseball. This is superior in every way. So it's not called Mist League. I forget what the guy calls it, but you can find this on the Out of the Park forums. I'd certainly be happy as well to put it in the Ned McGreevy Discord for anybody who's interested. All right, so the Blue Jays 0-2 and the Cardinals 2-0. Let's go. Been spent a good part of the morning after working on some Magic, just doing more beta testing of Out of Park 26. Love it to death. Love it to death. So be showing that on March 14th when it releases. I'm going to pop it on the new PC. I've been play testing it on both PCs, so it runs great. It runs great. All right, let's look at the starting lineups here for the visiting Toronto Blue Jays. Leading off at second base, Robbie Alomar batting second at short. Tony Fernandez batting third at first base. John Olerud in the cleanup spot in left field. George Bell batting fifth at third base. Josh Donaldson batting sixth in right field. Jesse Barfield batting seventh. And center Devon White, batting eighth and catching Ernie Whitt, and Dwayne Ward will take the mound and bat ninth. No DH in this league. All right, and for the St. Louis Cardinals, leading off at first base, Albert Pujols, batting second in center field, Jim Edmonds, batting third in right field, Stan Musial, batting on the cleanup spot at second base, Rogers Hornsby. Batting fifth and catching, Yadier Molina. Batting sixth in left field, Ducky Joe Medwick. Batting seventh at shortstop, as you might expect, Ozzie Smith. Ken Boyer will hold down the hot corner and bat eighth, and Bob Gibson batting ninth. And yes, my pictures are not updated, but that's fine. Here to just have some fun. All right, want to thank, hey, Samuel Smith, how you doing, man? Great to see you. He says Sunday matinee, and thank you for your compliment on the analysis about Branch Rickey and Jackie Robinson. I really, really appreciate that. Means a lot coming from you, Sam. I want to thank Truth Hurts Wilkie, who was on with us last night. We did a bit of mucking about with Diamond Mind Baseball. So thank you, and looking forward to having him on a lot more again. Man knows his baseball, that's for sure. All right, let's get out to the ballpark at Busch Stadium today. Attendance is 32,336. It is cloudy and 51 degrees, and we have a wind blowing in from right at 11 miles per hour. Still a nicer day than it is here in the Commonwealth of PA. All right, and here we go. Robbie Alomar leading things off. You're hitting 250 to start the season with a run batted in. And we'll do our quick run around here of Busch Stadium, the newest version of Busch Stadium. And the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gibson's delivery and nice sinker to get Alomar. So 1 up, 1 down for Toronto as Tony Fernandez steps in, left-handed hitter. Fernandez off to a 125 start. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gibson winds and deals, swing and a miss. That time Gibson coming with a hammer. So 2 up, 2 down, both by strikeouts. Bob Gibson looking for the trifecta. Here is John Olerud. He's starting out with a 286 average, run batted in. Lefty digs in against Bob Gibson, who has the signs from Yadier Molina. The count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Olerud, big swing and a miss, and Bob Gibson strikes out the side to start the game. No runs, hits, or errors, and obviously nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the first. The Blue Jays, nothing, and the Cardinals coming to bat. Looking at the starting defense for the Blue Jays, and we'll check out the Cardinals at the top of the second. In left field, George Bell. In center, Devon White. In right, Jesse Barfield. Around the horn at first base, we got John Olerud. The second, Roberto Alomar. At short, Tony Fernandez. And at the hot corner, Josh Donaldson. Ernie Whitt behind the plate. Leading off here for St. Louis is Albert Pujols. Off to an 0-8 start, 0 for 8 start. All right, Dwayne Ward with the 0-1 pitch. Pujols swings. This one drilled deep to center field but short of the track. And making the catch out there is Devon White. So 1 away. So some Gold Gloves dotting things here for the Toronto Blue Jays. Fernandez, Alomar, Olerud, and White. All right, here's Jim Edmonds now. Edmonds hitting has 2 home runs and 3 RBI so far in the young season. 0-2 pitch on the way to Edmonds. Swung on and missed. So Dwayne Ward picks up a strikeout, 2 Cardinals up and down, and that brings up Stan Musial. Stan Musial hitting 3 for 7, 429. No homers yet for Stan the Man. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Musial cuts and misses. So that one on a nice slider by Dwayne Ward, and the Cardinals also go in order. We go to the top of the second. We are scoreless here in St. Louis. Looking at the starting defense here for the Cardinals in left field, Joe Medwick. In center, Jim Edmonds. And right, Stan Musial. And first base, Albert Pujols. At second, the Rogers Hornsby. At short, Ozzie Smith. Ken Boyer at third base. Yadier Molina catching. And Bob Gibson, of course, on the mound. And lots of gold in this team, too. In fact, there's only 2 non-gold glovers, and that's because those awards weren't around yet. Stan Musial and Medwick. The right fielders and left fielders, respectively, but otherwise Gold Gloves all over the place. All right, here's George Bell now. George Bell just 1 for 7 on the season, and full count to Bell from Gibson, and Bell swings, and this one, little pop-up, third base side, and camping under it is Ken Boyer. So 1 away now for Josh Donaldson. Donaldson hitting 250. I'm going to remind everybody, Legend Sports Universe, kicks off the FSBL, or I should say opening day for FSBL tomorrow, I believe, starting at noon. So do check that out. He's doing a quadruple header. So be sure to tune in. I know I will be. Will be a fun time. Looking forward to my Pirates, who have done really well in the Franchise Stars Baseball League without any of their big guns, their usual suspects, now getting couple good players. Wagner still not on the club yet, but looking for my Bucks to continue to play some tough baseball. All right. Also, remember, March, pretty amazing month. Not only does baseball season itself start, but March 14th, Out of the Park 26 releases worldwide. Awesome stuff. Digital Diamond Baseball will hopefully be released in March. That's the scuttlebutt I hear. Remember, that's introducing or integrating fully now a second full engine into that game. So you'll be able to play Status Pro Baseball, cards and dice, and then let the game sim the rest of your games or whatever in Status Pro Baseball. So continuity on down the line. And of course, you have the choice to also use the original in-game engine of Digital Diamond, which is very good. Most people, of course, have adopted the game as a board game companion. Speaking of which, there should be I don't have any hard news on this, but there should be an update, probably anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks, for Pocket Pennant Run Baseball. So, and I think tonight I'm going to be finally downloading Full Count Baseball. And once I figure out sort of kind of what's going on in that game, because I've never had a chance to play it, I may come on later and play a game of Full Count Baseball. So that is now playable on Windows. I never, ever, ever had a chance to play that game, so I'm really looking forward to it. All right, here we go. The 0-2 delivery on the way from Gibson to Donaldson, and Donaldson cuts on this ball, and this one fielded by Pujols, and he will take it to the bag himself. So 2 down now. Score that one 3 and assisted for Jesse Barfield. Barfield, nothing for 4. The count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Barfield looks at a called strike 3. Bob Gibson bringing the fastball. So they are shut down, and we go to the bottom of the second. We are still scoreless. It'll be Rogers Hornsby, Yadier Molina, and Ducky Medwick due up for the St. Louis Cardinals. Hornsby hitting 600 with 2 RBI. Legendary second baseman in there. Man, not a first ballot Hall of Famer, amazingly enough, yet one of the greatest hitters of all time. All right, 3-1 pitch on the way. Hornsby swings on this one, And this one, soft liner going into center field, and that's the first hit of the ball game, and Hornsby is aboard. All right, Yadier Molina now settles into the box. Yadi hitting 286 with 2 RBI in the season. Hornsby conservative lead off of first. Dwayne Ward checks the runner. And here's the pitch. And this one wrapped sinking liner to left. And George Bell will make short work of that. So 1 away. Hornsby gets back to first easily. Ducky Medwick now, 2 RBI, hitting 250 at the plate. Hornsby on first, 1 away, no score, bottom of the second. Full count. Oh, in there at the knees. Nice fastball there by Juan Guzman. All right, so 1 on and 2 out. And we already have do we have a relief pitcher? Yeah, Donaldson is out. And Juan Guzman now coming into pitch. So interesting quick switch there by the Blue Jays. Not sure if there was an injury on the play or what, but we will find out. Ozzie Smith up to bat. He swings, and this one popped in the infield, and calling for it and making the catch is Tony Fernandez. Side retired, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on. We go to the top of the third inning, scoreless in St. Louis. Devon White, Ernie Witt, and Juan Guzman due up. Bob Gibson has already fanned 4 in this game. All right, Gibson has the sign from Molina. Here's the wind in that great delivery. He had 1-2 pitch, and that went in there, and little blooper into right field, kind of Texas League job for a base hit. So now each team tied in hits, and the speedy Devon White on at first for the catcher Ernie Witt. Witt hitting 286 with 1 run batted in on the season. So nice crowd here today at Busch Stadium. 1-1 pitch, swung on, and line to short, and Ozzie Smith has it. So 1 away, Devon White stays frozen at first as Juan Guzman comes in. So Guzman, again, coming in, we'll have to see what happened to Donaldson, but he's out. 2-1 pitch, and bunted foul, third base side. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this one missed, the bunt missed on the third strike. All right, back at the top of the order now for Robbie Alomar. He is 0 for 1. Gibson brings it home, the 1-0 delivery, and this one grounder to second, routine 4-3 put out. Hornsby on to Pujols, and that retires the side. So the Blue Jays get a hit, and they leave a man, and we go to the bottom of the third inning, scoreless in St. Louis. So we're at the bottom of the order. Back to the top, Aaron Reed joining us. Missed you last night, Aaron. We had a 4-hour broadcast last night. Ken Boyer, Bob Gibson, and Albert Pujols due up. Ken Boyer off to a 1 for 7 start. Guzman stays on in relief. And here's the pitch to Boyer, swinging on the first pitch, slow roller up the third base line, fielded easily there by Josh Donaldson. And I'm sorry, it was Dwayne, I believe it was Dwayne Johnson starting the game. Let me check something here, because I want to see if I can find out why the early pull. I'm sorry, Dwayne Ward. So Dwayne Ward just worked 1 2/3. We'll see in the recap later if there was an injury. Very, very strange, as he had struck out 3. All right, back to the game. As Bob Gibson steps in, making his first plate appearance of the season. Juan Guzman eyes the target and the signs from Ernie Witt, and the 1-2 pitch to Bob Gibson. Swings right through a sinker. All right, so 2 away. Guzman picks up his first strikeout, so we go back to the top of the order. Robert just saying a quick hello from sunny and 80 degrees here in Florida. I'd like to report there's not a snowflake in sight. None here, but it's going to get cold in PA the rest of the week. So, Robert, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Beautiful weather down there in Florida, my friend. Robert going to be doing some seeing some spring training games. We hope to get a nice report on just any good live baseball. Robert, Tim joins us. Also found us out. Robbie Alomar is on the baseball banned list. What? What are you talking about, Tim? Please tell us. What do you mean, man? So, definitely missing some sort of baseball news here. All right, back at the top of the order for Albert Pujols. He's 0 for 1. 3-0 pitch. Pujols doesn't even move the bat. Ball 4, the changeup from Guzman, missing down. All right, so Pujols aboard, decent speed, and here's Jim Edmonds now, who's 0 for 1. Guzman with a check of the runner and the 1-0 pitch, and this is going to be a wild pitch. So Ernie Whitt chases the ball, and Albert Pujols out there at second base. So potential runner in scoring position now here, or potential run in scoring position for the Cardinals. Edmonds back in the box, the count full. Edmonds looks at ball 4, changeup missing. So Guzman trying to throw that little pull the string job, and it's not working. So 2 batters walked here, 2 down for Stan Musial. Stan the Man from Denora, PA, 0 for 1. Musial first pitch swinging. This one grounder to short. Little hesitation, double pump there by Fernandez. Fires to first, and they get out of the inning. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Toronto and St. Louis. Scoreless tie here. Robbie Alomar on the baseball banned list. Alomar banned due to sexual misconduct allegations in 2014. Holy shit. Wow. That is so. Tim, when did that happen? Did this just drop today, or that's huge news, man. So officially banned in 2021. I didn't know that till today, and apparently neither do you, as you just said. Just found this out. Wow. I mean, that's something that one would remember back, hearing it in 2021, even with all the madness that was going on. So Robbie Alomar banned. Wow. So if officially banned, that means no chance for him to get in the Hall of Fame. Holy moly. If there's a case for Robbie Alomar, that's pretty serious stuff, man. I have to look at that after this broadcast. That's wild. Aaron didn't know either. But for Tim not to know it, Tim being a Guardians fan. Oh, he is in the Hall of Fame. I didn't. Yeah, that's right. He is. So what does that do? I was thinking of, I think Kenny Lofton or some for some reason. Anyhow, for Alomar, okay, so that's not going to be revoked. Yeah. Okay. No, I had my head mixed up, man. I'm like half tired today. I don't know why I was thinking Lofton, and because Lofton was in a game I was doing in Out of the Park 26 earlier, and had a not so good day. So wow, it's not going to be revoked. Okay, so then if somebody is in the Hall of Fame and it can't be revoked for sexual misconduct, which is way serious, whatever that was, then an even stronger case for Shoeless Joe Jackson and Pete Rose to be in the Hall of Fame. So, I don't know. That's what I think. One guy that was never proven, one guy never bet on baseball games as a player, baseball's all-time hits leader, not in the Hall of Fame. And, questionable as far as Shoeless Joe Jackson, again, as a player, no denying it. And, but you know what? That's the unforgivable sin in baseball is gambling. But I don't know. I think if Robbie Alomar is banned and he's in the Hall, then these two guys got to go in. I suppose, right? Because that's what happened with Pete Rose, is he can't show up, to Cooperstown or any major league park. So I'm not calling for Robbie Alomar's to say Cooperstown, you're wrong. Just induct Shoeless Joe and Pete Rose now, because if you're going to start, pontificating about the immorality of gambling in baseball, and of course that did shake the baseball world. I don't know. One would argue on the, I think on the spectrum of offenses, sexual misconduct is a lot worse. So. There you go. Thank you for that news, Tim. I don't know how we all missed it, but there we go. All right. Here's Tony Fernandez. 0 for 1. Struck out his last time up. 3-1 pitch to Fernandez. Roller to first. And Pujols will wave off Gibson, take it to the bag himself, one down. All right, John Olerud now. Olerud in there. And he struck out. That's when Gibson struck out the side. And Olerud strikes out again. Curveball dropping inside. Olerud taking a cut at it and nothing but air. 2 away for number 4 hitter George Bell. 1-0 pitch. Bell cuts on this one. Fly ball. Center field or left field. See, that's how tired I am. Medwick pulls it in for the final out. No runs, hits, or errors. And nobody left. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. No score. Should have had Ernie Harwell do this for as tired as I am. Rogers Hornsby, Yadier Molina, and Ducky Medwick due up. Again, got 10 people watching. Don't forget, tomorrow opening day, Legend Sports Universe, Franchise Stars Baseball League action. A quadruple header tomorrow. So tune in. Great broadcasting voice. Awesome what he's doing with MLB The Show to create this fantastic evolving all-time greats league that he's doing. So hope to see you at the ballpark tomorrow for at least a couple of Legends games. Aaron says he's in the middle of a Pearson playthrough 1999, and he's in the World Series. Texas Rangers versus the Giants. All right, so great to see people playing pure sim baseball. It makes me so happy. All right, Rogers Hornsby has the only hit for the Cardinals. So Hornsby, Molina, and Medwick. And here we go. Singled his last time, and this one just a big league pop-up foul ground third base side. And giving chase is Ernie Witt, and he will make the catch. So got us a little pitcher's duel brewing here, gents, as Yadier Molina steps in. Molina flew out his last time up. 1-1 pitch. Squibber to short. Molina tearing down the line, but he's not going to make it. Fernandez with the good peg. On to John Olerud for the second out of the inning. Here's Ducky Medwick. And the 0-1 pitch. And Medwick drills this high and deep to right field. You can kiss it goodbye. Open the window, Aunt Minnie. And Ducky Medwick draws first blood, and the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Touch them all, Ducky. So picked up a couple things last night I didn't have for Diamond Mine Baseball. They now have the All-Star games up to, they're caught up with the All-Star games, thank God, now up to 2023. So we may do a little fun thing some night on the channel. As we bring up Diamond Mine Baseball, do an All-Star game, but let folks manage who comes in and who comes out. We'll pick an All-Star game and go for it. And also picked up their 9th volume of all-time great teams. So lots of fun stuff there. All right, here's Ozzie Smith now batting with 2 down, 1-0 St. Louis lead. Juan Guzman ready to deal the 1-1 pitch to the Wizard. And Ozzie swings, and this is going to be a shortstop to shortstop job as Fernandez fields and fires on to first. But the Cardinals pick up a run on the Ducky Medwick solo shot. We go to the top of the 5th. Cardinals 1, Blue Jays 0. Josh Donaldson, Jesse Barfield, and Devon White due up. Gibson deals the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Donaldson looks at a called strike 3. Sinker hitting the outside corner there from Gibson. So notch 7 for him now in the strikeout column. Jesse Barfield digs in. 0-2 pitch struck out against Bob Gibson last time and strikes out again against Gibson. Notch number 8, and Gibson dropping the curveball. All right. Center fielder Devon White settles in the box. St. Louis fans enjoying this tight game here. Devon White owns the only hit for the Blue Jays. 1-2 pitch on the way from Gibson. Devon White looks at a called strike 3. Sinker once again there from Mr. Gibson. So he strikes out the side. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. St. Louis leads Toronto 1-0. Ken Boyer, Bob Gibson, and Albert Pujols due up for the Redbirds. All right, Ernie Witt with the signs now. Guzman peers in. Ken Boyer, 0-1 at the plate. The count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boyer swings, And this one slashed up the middle, base hit. Boyer will hold it first. And that will bring up Bob Gibson. Corners in, looking bunt here against Gibson. Gibson shows bunt on the first pitch, bunted back to the mound. They're going to go to second, and they got him. Guzman, great heads-up play. Let's look at the regular replay on that. Guzman, a little risky there. Not a lot of speed on the base paths, of course, but still cutting down that lead runner. Pretty good. So let's just look at the regular replay on that. Guzman just immediately, the ball gets a close play there at second, but got him. All right. So Bob Gibson on in the fielder's choice now. And back at the top of the order, Albert Pujols. Infield at double play depth. Bob Gibson, not exactly a slow coach out there at first. David Lando coming in, says he loves some Sunday baseball. Welcome in, David. Great to see you. Hope all's going well with you. And more importantly, and equally as importantly, hopefully your daughter is doing well and she's driving around and all kinds of stuff. And that you're doing well in the Field of Dreams League. Have to stop there sometime and say hi to you guys. All right, here's Pujols now, batting with one down. Gibson on at first. Count full on Albert, and Albert drills this one high and deep to left. Will it make it? It will. Over the fence, and George Bell gave a valiant effort, but could only look up and watch it go back 5 rows back, and St. Louis doing it with the long ball today. Cardinals now lead 3-0. All right. If Robbie Wartburg was here with us today, he'd be enjoying this game, that's for sure. So, still think of Robbie, and may his memory be eternal. He's up there in the big diamond in the sky, doing all kinds of replay projects, and love it. All right, here's Jim Edmonds now, batting with the bases clear and one away. 0-2 pitch on the way to Edmonds. The lefty cuts on this one. Fly ball right field, ranging far to his right, covering some acreage back there is Jesse Barfield. Tracks it down for out number 2. Here's one of my favorite players, one of the good guys in baseball. Stan the Man Musial, 0-2 in the game. 1-1 pitch, grounded out his last time up. And Musial, hard hit ground ball, diving stop there at third, but rushing his throw from the hot corner. So the ball gets past Donaldson. So with a nice grab but high throw over the head of John Olerud, score that one E5, and Stan Musial is on at third. So we're going to look at that one. Again, rushing that throw, making a great stop, and it ends up, though, futile as it's an extra base hit anyhow. So a hard hit ball, but bad hop. What are you going to do? Musial says, yep, I can go to second easily. Musial had good contact in the ball, velocity in that ball going out 110 miles an hour, according to the gun. So 2 away. Cardinals threatening for another one here in the bottom of the 5th is Hornsby in the box. Hornsby 1 for 2. Guzman deals to the Raja 1-0 pitch, and Hornsby sends it up the middle. Base hit will be enough. Rounding third and heading for home, and the throw goes offline. Musial will come in to score, and St. Louis now with a comfortable 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning as Yadier Molina steps in. So Rogers Hornsby comes through. 2 hits on the day for him. 0 for 2 for Yadi. Guzman with a check of Hornsby and the 1-2 pitch on the way to Molina. Molina swings. This should end it. Slow roller to short, and Fernandez on to second for the final out of the inning. But the Cardinals, 3 big runs on the board on 3 hits, and there was an error and a runner left on. We go to the top of the 6th inning. The St. Louis Cardinals lead the Toronto Blue Jays 4-0 here in the Myths League. All right, Ernie Witt, Juan Guzman, and Robbie Alomar are due up, so not sure whether Guzman will get to hit. So, David, did you know that Robbie Alomar was banned from baseball? I mean, so Tim, Clee baseball fan, let us know that. And he's an Indians fan, Guardians fan, and he didn't know that till he just found out. So just curious. Aaron didn't know. Pretty freaky stuff, man. All right, here's Ernie Whitt. Lined out last time to Ozzie Smith. Whitt swings. Fly ball center field, going back on the track at near the wall, and making the catch is Jim Edmonds, calling off Stan Musial. All right, and we do have a pinch hitter now. So Fred McGriff making his first plate appearance of the season in the box now. Bob Gibson has fanned 9 and holds a 4-0 lead, throwing a beautiful one-hitter right now. 2-2 pitch on the way to the Crime Dog. McGriff swings and misses. Curveball. So Gibson bringing the entire arsenal today, mixing it up. Curveballs, fastballs, sinkers, and absolutely flummoxing the birds from the north. So an avian matchup we have today as we return to the top of the order. Robbie Alomar. So Bob Gibson has fanned 10. All right. Molina basically not throwing down any signs, letting Gibson throw what he wants. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Alomar. Robbie Alomar looks this one, painting the inside corner. Bob Gibson this time coming with a sinker. Side retired, 11th strikeout for Bob Gibson. Cardinals leading this one. Rather unexciting game now, 4-0. Had a pitcher's duel for the first 3 innings and an early pull. We'll have to find out what happened with Dwayne Ward. Jason Frazier now comes on in relief for the Toronto Blue Jays as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Frazier was worked 2 innings, 3 hits, giving up an earned run, an ERA of 4.50. So pretty good stuff, movement for him. And here's Ducky Medwick. Ducky Medwick with a big home run in this game. And that gave St. Louis its lead back in the bottom of the 4th, and they've never looked back. Count even at Medwick. 2-2. Here's the pitch. And Ducky Medwick goes down cold, strike 3. Nice fastball there by Jason Frazier as Ozzie Smith steps in the box. 0-2 for the great shortstop. Here's the pitch. Smith swing on the first pitch, blooped out to short. Tony Fernandez will pull that one down. 2 up, 2 down now for Ken Boyer. Still a chance for Toronto to get back in this, but the clock is ticking a little bit. Boyer 1 for 2. Here's the 1-0 delivery now. Cut on and wrapped up the middle. Base hit. So St. Louis now with 6 hits in the game. And here comes Bob Gibson. And, of course, he's going to bat for himself. 0-1 delivery. Gibson cuts on this one. Grounder to short. And easy toss on to second by Tony Fernandez. And that retires the side. No runs a hit. No errors. And a man left on. We head to the visitors' half of the 7th here in St. Louis. The Cardinals lead the Blue Jays 4-0. So David didn't know either. So Tim told us that the ban happened in 2021. And here we are in 2025. So, wow. All right, here's Tony Fernandez now. The 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the Blue Jays. Fernandez, Olerud, and Bell. There's just been 1 hit by the Blue Jays in this game. Bob Gibson, to say he's been dominant is an absolute understatement. 1-0 pitch on the way. Fernandez grounded out. And this time, he's just going to be a little soft liner out to the Raja. So 1 away now for John Olerud. 0-1 pitch on the way. And the lefty cuts on this one. Oh, booted at third by Ken Boyer. Booted at third, E5. So Boyer had a nice hop on that, but just kicked the ball away. So Olerud aboard now. Base runner here for these Blue Jays. Can they take this little gift and get on the board? Here's George Bell. George Bell flew out last time, 2-2 pitch. Grounded past first into right field. And that's going to be the second hit. And going all the way to third is John Olerud. Musial with a strong throw, but Olerud safe at the hot corner. So runners at the corners now. Big error, and Bob Gibson is not a happy camper right now. David Lando says Tony Fernandez, the greatest average shortstop ever. O's fan 702. Welcome in. This is Out of the Park Baseball 25. So welcome in. Hope you're doing well. May not look familiar because most people, when they're showing Out of the Park Baseball, on YouTube or whatever, just playing in GM mode. So anyhow, welcome to our little family here, and hope you enjoy a little Sunday afternoon baseball. All right. Here's Josh Donaldson now, batting with one away. Bob Gibson would like to get the double play ball right here. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, but he'll take that strikeout as well. Gibson coming with a sinker. 12th strikeout of the game for the great Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson, of course, posting that dead ball era ERA back in 1968. All right, here's Jesse Barfield, and he's nothing for two. So Toronto trying anything to just get one play to John Olerud, just 90 feet away. 0-2 pitch on the way to Barfield. Jesse Barfield swings and misses. 13 strikeouts for Bob Gibson. So the Blue Jays get two base runners, one courtesy of an error by Ken Boyer, but they cannot bring him home as Bob Gibson just reaches deeper down and dominates even more. 7th inning stretch time, and the Cardinals lead the Blue Jays 4-0. So just a reminder once again, March 14th, Out of the Park Baseball 26 releases, and man, it's fun. It's amazing. Been beta testing it. Love it. Also, Digital Diamond Baseball coming out in March. It's going to be a big update to Full Count Baseball, which I'm hopefully going to be playing tonight since it is playable now on Windows. I've never, ever played Full Count Baseball, so excited to try it if I can get it figured out. But you don't have to mess with DOSBox anymore, so go to lhgames.net and download Full Count Baseball. They also have some other team sports there on as well. I don't remember which. I think there's football, and I think basketball is the other one. I don't know. Maybe hockey. But anyhow, also there's going to be an update with anywhere 1 to 3 weeks or so for Pocket Pennant Run. I don't know. And I mentioned Digital Diamond. Yep, integrating Status Pro Baseball as its own discrete engine. 2 engines for the price of 1. That will also be coming out, we're hoping sometime in March. All right, here's Albert Pujols. We're back at the top of the order here in the bottom of the 7th for the Cardinals. Pujols with a home run in this game. 1-1 pitch. 2-run shot his last time up. Pujols swings. This one's going to easily stay in the park. 2-hopper to third. Up with it is Donaldson. Score that 5-3. 1 away. Pardon for the cough. There's Jim Edmonds now. Edmonds nothing for 2, but making a nice catch in center field earlier in the game. The 1-2 pitch to Edmonds. Edmonds frozen on that one. Strike 3. Frazier pulls the chain, picks up whiff number 2, and here's Stan Musial. He's sitting on an 0-4-3. Count full on Musial. Musial will take ball 4. So payoff pitch, fastball missing high from Frazier, and Musial aboard for Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby having a good day at the plate. 2 for 3 with a run batted in. Count even on the Raja. And Hornsby goes down swinging. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on. But no change as we go to the top of the 8th. Cardinals lead the Blue Jays 4-0. It'll be Devon White, Ernie Witt, and a pinch hitter for Jason Frazier. Gibson with 13 strikeouts through 7 innings, pitching a 2-hitter. 2 errors committed in this game, 1 by the Blue Jays, 1 by the Cardinals. 2-1 pitch on the way to Devon White. Devon White swings and nails this out toward the alley and left, and you can kiss it goodbye. No, you can't kiss it goodbye. Looked like it was a home run, but nope, Medwick gets it bouncing off the wall there. So Devon White makes it to second. So first extra base hit for the Blue Jays in this game, threatening to get on the board, and here comes Ernie Witt. Witt cuts in the first pitch, grounder to second. That will advance the runner. Up with his Hornsby on to Pujols for the 4-3 putout. Devon White now at third. So an excellent chance here for the Blue Jays as pinch hitter Carlos Delgado comes in, 0-2 in the season. Gibson works out of the stretch in the 1-2 pitch to Delgado. Delgado frozen, strike 3. Oh my God. Sinker for strikeout number 14 for Bob Gibson. And here comes Robbie Alomar back at the top of the order. He is nothing for 3. Yeah, there's going to be a big update, Full Count Baseball, David. But right now it is playable. So go to lhgames.net and snag it, man. Again, that's a game that I would hear other people talk about. You know, they played it on the Commodore 64 and I guess whatever. I know it was originally a Commodore 64 game. I never, ever got to play the game ever. So pretty chuffed to try it out. Can't wait. So that'll probably be my early evening project. And if it seems like, okay, this makes sense, I will come on with the broadcast of Full Count Baseball. All right. Here is Robbie. He is nothing for 3. Bob Gibson looking to set him down quickly here from the stretch in the 1-1 pitch. Alomar swings and grounded to short, and this one bobbled by Ozzie Smith. How about that? So Alomar, let me see. They're not charging Smith with the error. So I guess on a bad hop, and Smith going to hold on to the ball. So that's an RBI, and Toronto gets on the board here in the top of the 8th. It's now 4-1. And Robbie Alomar, good speed at first. Here's Tony Fernandez, nothing for 3. Here's the pitch. Fernandez swings and drills this one into center field, base hit. So that dominance of Bob Gibson now becoming just strength is just, you know, we'll see. As the potential tying run comes to the plate in John Olerud. If you're John Olerud, you got to think, do I want to hit a home run off of this guy? Because he's going to hit me next game. We'll see. Just don't show him up. Here's the pitch. Olerud, first pitch swinging, fly ball to right. And this should end the inning. And indeed it does. So the Blue Jays pick up a run. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. St. Louis still leads 4-1. Cardinals will send up Molina, Medwick, and Smith. All right. So Roberto Osuna on now in relief for the Blue Jays has pitched an inning and given up a hit so far in this season. Molina, nothing for 3. Count full on Molina. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Fly ball out to left field. And can of corn out there for George Bell. So 1 away now for Ducky Medwick. 1 for 3 with a homer. 0-1 pitch. Cut on by Medwick. Fly ball, medium center, and down on that ball. Bring it in is Devon White. So quickly 2 up, 2 down now for Ozzie Smith, who is nothing for 3. 2-0 delivery to the Wizard. And Ozzie swings, and this one blooped out towards short and right into the glove of Tony Fernandez. So the Cardinals go in order. We head to the top of the 9th here. The Cardinals lead the Blue Jays here in this Myths League 4-1. All right, so it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up. George Bell, Josh Donaldson, and Jesse Barfield. All right, Jason Isringhausen will come on here in relief in the 9th. Isringhausen has worked an inning and has walked a batter. So Gibson, what a fantastic performance for Bob Gibson. Player of the game, even if a miracle happens here. Full count on the way to George Bell. And Isringhausen issues a leadoff walk. So George Bell is aboard now for Josh Donaldson, who is nothing for 3. Isringhausen fires it in. The 0-1 pitch on the way. And this one wrapped towards short. And that's going to be 6-4 and no relay. So they get the lead runner, George Bell. Josh Donaldson on in the fielder's choice as Jesse Barfield steps in the box. And he is nothing for 3. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jesse Barfield. Barfield looks at a called strike 3. So Barfield with the golden sombrero. All right, it's down to Devon White. Can he get something going here for the Blue Jays in the top of the 9th? Donaldson at first. Isringhausen to deal the 2-0 pitch. Swung on. Driller towards second. This is going to be a close play, and he's going to hold on to the ball. Hornsby not taking the chance. So 2 on, and potential tying run now comes to the plate in the personage of Ernie Witt, who has been nothing for 3 against Gibson, looking to fare get better against Isringhausen. Isringhausen looking to shut down this ninth inning potential threat from the Blue Jays. Count full. Ernie Whitt swings on this 3-2 pitch. This should be it. Fly ball to center, down into the glove of Jim Edmonds, and that's your ball game. Let's look at our recap here. So, St. Louis Cardinals' Bob Gibson pitched his team past the Blue Jays 4-1. Isringhausen earned the save for St. Louis, his second of the year. Cardinals, now 3 wins, no losses, have stormed out of the gates. Gibson scattered 5 hits over 8 innings for the Cardinals, and with the win, Gibson goes to 1-0. 14 strikeouts. Tough stuff. So, just looking at a little bit of batting here. So, 1 extra base hit for the Toronto Blue Jays. That was Devon White, and he got that in the 8th inning off of Gibson. The wheels falling off a little bit for Gibson, and that's it. St. Louis, however, bringing the big bats today with Ducky Medwick and Albert Pujols each homering. And also those 2-out runs batted in, also by Hornsby and Medwick. Looking at pitching, so Ward, we're not sure what's going on with Ward, but he was hooked after 1 2/3 and just gave up a hit, but struck out 3. So I'm not sure if it's an injury or not. We'll have to check that later. Juan Guzman tagged for the loss. 3 1/3 work, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, walked 2, struck out 1, and gave up both home runs in the game. Jason Frazier worked 2 in relief, walked 1, and struck out 3. Roberto Osuna worked an inning. Bob Gibson gets the win. 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 14 strikeouts. And look at the ERA, 1.12. We were talking about the ERA. How about it? In 1968, here's Jason Isringhausen gets the save with a walk and a strikeout. And, of course, your player of the game is Bob Gibson. I mean, who else is it going to be, right? All right, so there we go. That was fun. And we're going to go ahead and jump out of the park baseball. Again, fun game. Love it. And we'll do a little action PC, and then we'll get out of here. So, I don't know what everybody is doing. I know the Field of Dreams League is rocking along. I think they're near or at their postseason. And Franchise Stars Baseball League. Opening day tomorrow with a quadruple header. RGL Network continuing with his 1983 replay. All right. Let's get out of the park baseball. "48 minutes on that game, so we'll do another one." All right. And let's bring up this one. Thanks for hanging out, guys, for some Sunday afternoon baseball. It's my Saturday, the way my work schedule goes. All right, we're going to return to some Decades League action. So this was a subset of the Baseball History Collection in Action PC Baseball. So Dave Cook, you got to bring this back and update it a little bit, and add a 2010s decade. All right, so the 1980s sitting on top of this at 8 wins, 3 losses. They're just a half game up on the 1940s decades. And then the 1960s and 30s playing above 500, just a game back, each at 7-4. And then the 1970s at 6-5. Let's see what we have on the slate today and see what matchups we have, what looks interesting. Lots of good stuff here. Let me see here. I think we're going to do the 1950s versus the 1990s, each with identical 5 and 6 records. Warren Spahn against Roger Clemens. Spahn 0-1 with a 7.24 earned run average, and Roger Clemens no wins, 2 losses, and 6.57. So both of these great pitchers getting roughed up a bit. So we're playing in whatever that park is called now. Guaranteed Rate Cellular New Comiskey Field in the south side of Chicago. We were using Old League Park for a while, but like to switch things up occasionally. So here we go. All right, and we'll let the human part of us decide manage the 1950s. All right, and let's just pop a line up here. Looks pretty good to me. As Mickey Mantle is still inactive, so Mickey Mantle not getting any playing time yet. But do I see Dwayne Martz anywhere? Nope. Okay, I don't see Dwayne Martz anywhere. I was going to say we could certainly tell you what. Let's activate Mickey Mantle, and let's give him, throw him in cleanup, substituting Mickey Mantle for Duke Snider, and let's go. Hey, John, Day Baseball with Beatles. How you doing, bud? Welcome in. Second game of a doubleheader. Welcome to the south side of Chicago, and I'm going to call it New Comiskey Park. Between the 1950s and 1990 decades would be Warren Spahn. There's 2 starts in the year. He's 0-1 with both higher ERAs for these guys. 7.24 earned run average. He'll be opposed. Oh, so we have a late scratch here. So it's going to be Tom Glavine for the 1990s, and 2 starts in a year for him, and a 3.21 earned run average. So still Spahn versus Glavine. Good stuff. 51 degrees here at Chicago. Wind speed 6 miles per hour, in from left, and a light rain. So about 10 degrees cooler, but similar weather to what we're having here in Pennsylvania. Looking at the starting defense for the 1990s in left field, we got Albert Bell. In center, Kirby Puckett. And right, Larry Walker. From first to third, Jeff Bagwell. Robbie Alomar. So here we go. We've got a doubleheader, and Robbie's in both of them. Omar Vizquel at short. Chipper Jones at third. Pennsylvania's own Mike Piazza behind the plate, and on the mound, Tom Glavine. Leading off here for the 1950s, Eddie Yost. Eddie Yost was just an RBI. He is 3 for 39. With managed just a double thus far this year. Glavine ready to work. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Eddie Yost. Yost swings. 2 hopper to Alomar. Alomar to Bagwell for the 4-3 putout. 1 up, 1 down now for Red Schoendienst. Schoendienst off to a good start, hitting .317 with a home run, 7 runs batted in. The best 2 left-handed pitchers in the history of the Braves going head-to-head. How about it? Yeah. Glavine and Spahn. Spahn insane and pray for rain, baby. All right. So, John, I think you were here the night we were doing this, the part of the Sabre quiz. And there was the spooky stat about Warren Spahn. And I'm just wondering if you remember it. If you remember, very, very spooky, weird stat about Warren Spahn. And if you type yes, cool. If you don't, I'm still going to tell people what it is. It's a really bizarre baseball gods. We're having fun with Warren Spahn with this one. All right. Schoendienst digging in the box now. Glavine has the sign from Piazza. The southpaw deals. 2-2 pitch. Schoendienst swings up the middle. Vizquel ranging to his left. Fires onto Jeff Bagwell to retire Schoendienst for out number 2. All right. Here's Hank Aaron now. Hammer and Hank. Well, Hank's just 4 for 6 right now, including a home run. Glavine deals. 1-2 pitch. Aaron swings, popped up behind the plate. Piazza flings aside the mask, but this one will make the seat. Okay, so the weird stat about Warren Spahn, and we'll talk about that when Spahn takes the hill. It's a bizarre stat. Well, actually, it's 2 stats. I'll explain it. It's very weird. Glavine deals the 1-2 pitch, and Hank Aaron draws the walk. This one low and outside. And step into play. Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle was on the inactive list. We just reactivate him to give him some playing time. So the Mick 0 for 3. So Duke Snider has the day off. Aaron at first, and Hank Aaron will pilfer some bases. 14 steals last season. Glavine throws over. Aaron dives back safely. Gets up, dusts himself off. Glavine ready to work home. 0-2 pitch. And Mickey Mantle just looks at a called strike 3. All right, no runs, no hits, no errors. We played a half inning, and the 1950s nothing, and the 1990s coming to bat, looking at the starting defense for the 1950s decade. In left field, Minnie Minoso. In center, Mickey Mantle, the Commerce Comet. And right, Hammer and Hank Aaron. Around the horn at first base, we have Gil Hodges. At second, Red Schoendienst. At short, Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks is tearing it up in this league this year, by the way. At the hot corner, Eddie Yost catching Yogi Berra, and on the mound, Warren Spahn. So here we go. And Philip Reynolds joining us. So I think to do this, we got to bring up Baseball Reference. Got to bring up Baseball Reference for this one. And we're going to look at Warren Spahn's record. And yes, we did the Saber quiz one night. After we were doing an easier baseball quiz, we tried Saber, and we all got our butts kicked. Tough quiz. We didn't do the whole thing. We will bring it up. We'll do it again at some point. Okay, so here's Warren Spahn. Okay. And of course, deserted Hall of Famer and all that kind of stuff, right? But I'm looking for some specifics here for Warren Spahn. And as soon as I find it, I'm going to show it to you guys. There we go. Standard batting. Okay. This is really, really weird stuff. Lifetime hits for Warren Spahn, 363. Lifetime wins for Warren Spahn, you guessed it, 363. So he has as many wins as a pitcher as he has hits as a batter. Even stranger is that with each club that Warren Spahn pitched for, so started with Boston in 1942, missed 3 years because of World War II, came back with the Boston Braves, then with Milwaukee, right? And then finished out with the Mets and Giants. But with each club that he was with, he had the same amount of hits as he did wins. That has got to be the weirdest coincidence ever for Warren Spahn. So there you go, guys. Don't know how many of you knew that. I didn't know it until we did the Society for American Baseball Research. We just did 10 questions from that incredibly difficult quiz. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Philip? That is just weird stuff. All right, Robbie Alomar leading things off here for the 1990s squad. Alomar hitting just 152 with 4 runs batted in. I mean, what are the odds, right? And just what are the odds? And it would be one thing if it was just the same wins and the same hits, but with each club. So check Baseball Reference yourself, guys. It's in there. It's just spooky. All right, Spahn deals the 1-2 pitch. Alomar swings, bounding ball back to the mound. Spahn quickly off the mound to his left, feeds Gil Hodges in the 1-3 putout. So one away now for Omar Vizquel, hitting 250, 2 runs batted in for him. Spahn winds and deals 1-2 pitch. Vizquel grounder to Schoendienst, diving stop from his knees onto Hodges to retire Omar. Great play number 3 for Red Schoendienst on the season. Now here comes Jeff Bagwell. He has a home run, 5 RBI, but the batting average a bit concerning here for Bagwell, just 138. All right, lefty working to the righty. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Jeff Bagwell swing and a miss, strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 1 here in the south side of Chicago. No score. Gil Hodges, Minnie Minoso, and Mr. Cub due up. Hodges also with a home run, 4 runs batted in, and also below the Mendoza line, hitting 171. Glavine winds and deals. The 0-2 pitch swung on, and this one drilled to left by Gil Hodges. Bell and Puckett converging. Bell getting to the ball and fires back in quickly. Hodges holds it first. Gil Hodges, just 4 stolen bases. Don't expect a lot of steals from the 1950s, as you would expect. All right, here's Minnie Minoso, off to a good start, hitting 318. He's got 5 RBI, including a round tripper. Hodges, conservative lead off first. Glavine peers home, has the sign from Piazza. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Minoso cuts on this ball, drilled to right, and Larry Walker getting to the ball. This one deflecting past Walker, and Minoso's going to go to third, and that's going to be a triple. So RBI triple in the 1950s. Score first blood here in the top of the first. Looked at first like a little deflection off of Walker, but it looked like just a strange bounce out there. So Minoso perched at third with a triple. Drizzle continuing to fall here in Chicago as Ernie Banks stepping in here. Ernie Banks hitting .442, 6 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Bearing in mind, this is game number 12, and Banks is just tearing it up early in the season. All right, Glavine deals from the stretch, and the 1-2 pitch to Mr. Cub. Banks swings, base hit, past Vizquel into left field. Minoso will come in to score, and Banks continues just tearing things up. RBI single, 2-0 now in favor of the 1950s, and here comes Yogi Berra, one of Dwayne Martz's favorite players of all time. It ain't over till it's over. 275 average, 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in for Yogi. Ernie at first, 5 steals last season. Glavine works, 2-1 pitch. Still nobody out. Berra, Vizquel will go to Alomar, but hard slide by Banks will break up that double play. So nice play out there by Vizquel to get to that hard hit ball, but not enough to get the ball over to Alomar to make the relay. So Berra on in the fielder's choice, first out of the inning now for Warren Spahn. 0 for 6 start at the plate. They're looking bunt. Bagwell in at first. Chipper Jones in at third. 0-1 pitch now to Warren Spahn. The lefty swings, bunted on, and Piazza pounces on and fires to Jeff Bagwell for out number 2. Berra moves up to second in a sacrifice. We go back to the top of the order for Eddie Yost. Yost, 0 for 1, grounded to second, back in the first. Tom Glavine winds and deals. 3-1 pitch. And this one missing up high. And Yost draws the walk. So Glavine issuing his second walk, and we are just in the second inning. Brings up Red Schoendienst, 0 for 1. Red grounded to short, back in the first. Piazza sets up. Glavine deals. 1-1 pitch. Cut on by Schoendienst. Bounder to first. Bagwell will take it to the bag himself, and that retires the side. But the 1950s put 2 on the board on 3 hits, no errors. Bottom of the second inning, 2-0. 1950s over the 1990s. Larry Walker, Chipper Jones, and Mike Piazza do up. Larry Walker making his first plate appearance of the season. So 12 games in, and Larry Walker finally getting in at bat. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Warren Spahn ready to deal. 1-0 pitch. Larry Walker drills this to right. And we also have an injury on the play. Turned an ankle on that one. Nice play out there by Hank Aaron. Spahn and Glavine both played for New York late in their career, so there's another nice connection between Warren Spahn and Tom Glavine, 2 great lefties. All right, Larry Walker going to shake off that little bit of a turned ankle, and here's Chipper Jones now. So Jones hitting .286, has a home run and a run batted in. So happy Sunday afternoon, everybody. It is 3:50 p.m. here, Eastern Standard Time. 2-1 pitch on the way. Jones slaps this to Yost at third, throws across the diamond to Gil Hodges for out number 2. Spahn now faces Mike Piazza. Piazza with 6 ribbies, a home run, a .250 average in the season. Spahn winds and fires. 0-2 pitch. Piazza slaps this one toward first. Hodges underhands to Spahn covering. 1-2-3. And that's the way they go. We go to the top of the third. 1950s leading the 1990s. 2-0. It'll be Hammer and Hank Aaron, the Commerce Comert, and Gil Hodges, who once had a priest have his congregation pray him out of a batting slump. Gil Hodges. Took too damn long to put him in the Hall of Fame. So Hammer and Hank walked back in the first. Glavine sets and fires the 0-1 pitch. Aaron swings. High fly ball. Albert Bell ranges to his left and pulls it down. 1 away for Mickey Mantle getting his first start of the season. He struck out back in the first. Glavine deals count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball, Robbie Alomar gloves it and easily on to Jeff Bagwell for the 4-3 putout. So 2 up, 2 down now for Gil Hodges, who's 1 for 1. Singled back in the second, setting up that inning for them. Routine fly ball to center. Kirby Puckett with the basket catch in center. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the third inning. 2-0 in favor of the 1950s. It'll be Albert Bell, Kirby Puckett, and Tom Glavine. Bell on the season hitting .342 with 5 runs batted in. Warren Spahn brings it home. 1-0 pitch to Albert Bell. Bell swings. High fly ball to center field. Mickey Mantle back and short of the track makes the catch. 1 away. All right. Speaking of center fielders now, here's Kirby Puckett. Kirby hitting .280. He has 2 runs batted in. All right. Both pitchers. Good pitching matchup here today. Spahn right now with the better of it with a 2-run cushion. 3-0 pitch. And Kirby Puckett drawing the walk. All right, here's Tom Glavine now. Glavine 2 for 4 in the season with a double. All right. Warren Spahn brings it. And Glavine skies this one to right field. Hank Aaron camps under it and makes the play. So 2 down. Kirby Puckett remains at second. We're back at the top of the order for Roberto Alomar, who grounded back to Warren Spahn in the first. 1-0 pitch, and Warren Spahn plunks Robbie Alomar. Boos going up here in Chicago for that one. So here comes Omar Vizquel. Spahn completely unfazed. Vizquel grounded to second back in the first. Berra with the sign. Spahn to deal with 2 down. 3-0 pitch. Vizquel takes ball 4. Now things looking a little bit shaky here for Mr. Spahn as Jeff Bagwell strides to the plate. Bagwell not a bat to be trifled with. A home run thus far this season, 43 coming into opening day. So Spahn in a lot of danger here right now and nowhere to put Jeff Bagwell. From the stretch in the 0-2 pitch, Bagwell swings and misses with the bases loaded. Wow. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top of the fourth. The 1950s lead the 1990s 2-0. Minnie Minoso, Ernie Banks, and Yogi Berra. Minoso 1 for 1 in the contest. Had that RBI triple that scored Gil Hodges back in the second inning. Tom Glavine down 2-0 in this game. Glavine thus far has struck out 1, walked 2. Full count on Minoso. Minoso swings, liner to third. Chipper Jones picks the BB out of the air. 1 away. Ernie Banks 1 for 1. Already said what he's been doing. RBI single that scored Minnie Minoso back in the second. So that was your scoring. Those 2 hitters. 2-0 pitch. Ernie Banks up the middle. Vizquel ranging to his left. Fires hard on to Jeff Bagwell, who reaches out, keeps his foot on the bag, and makes the play. 6-3 put out, 2 down now for Yogi Berra. Yogi Berra grounded out to short his last time up. 3-1 pitch. Berra draws the walk from Glavine, so Berra aboard. And here comes Warren Spahn now. 1-2 pitch. Lefty swings. Hard ground ball. Jeff Bagwell has all day to take it to the bag unassisted. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Your score still 2-0 in favor of the 1950s. And it will be Larry Walker, Chipper Jones, and Mike Piazza, the number 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the 1990s. Each team right now identical records of 5 wins and 6 losses. Thus far, the 1950s have stranded 4 runners and the 1990s 3. Larry Walker 0 for 1, flew out to deep right. Aaron making a nice play out there, hard hit ball. 0-1 pitch. Walker swings, high fly ball left field. Minnie Minoso gets it just short of the track. So Larry Walker giving the pill 2 hard rides, but to no avail. All right, Chipper Jones, 0 for 1, grounded to third. His last time up. Spahn deals. First pitch swinging by Chipper Jones, and this is going to be third baseman grounding to third baseman as Yost up with it, fires across to Gil Hodges. 2 up, 2 down for Mike Piazza. Last time he grounded to first. Warren Spahn has the sign from Yogi Berra and the 1-0 delivery. Grounder to first. Gil Hodges will take it 3 unassisted. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. We go to the top of the fifth. 1950s holding on to a 2-0 lead. And it will be the top of the order. Eddie Yost, Red Shane Deans, and Hank Aaron. Yost in the game has walked and grounded out. Tom Glavine at 75 pitches. Glavine's expected pitch count about 120. 0-2 pitch. Cut on by Yost. Soft grounder back to the mound. Glavine fielding it off the bump on to Jeff Bagwell for the 1-3 put out. One away. Red Schoendienst nothing in 2 attempts. He's grounded out twice. Glavine with a 3-1 delivery behind Schoendienst, and Glavine misses, and that will be the 4th free pass issued by Tom in the game. Schoendienst aboard. Schoendienst, again, like virtually all of these 1950s players, not really a threat to steal, as Hank Aaron strides to the plate and settles in the box. Hammer and Hank 0 for 1, including a walk, flew out his last time up. Schoendienst leads off first. Glavine with a quick check of the runner. 2-2 pitch to Hank Aaron. Swung on. Ground ball deep to short. Vizquel to Alomar. But they will be relay too late. Hank Aaron on the fielder's choice. 2 away. Now for the Mick. Commerce Comet is nothing for 2. He struck out and grounded out. Glavine toes the rubber and brings it home. 0-2 pitch to Mickey Mantle. Swung on and missed. And that does it. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1950s lead the 1990s 2-0. And it will be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Albert Bell, Kirby Puckett, and Tom Glavine due up. Last time up, Albert Bell flew out to deep right center. Warren Spahn at 47 pitches, expected pitch count around 150 for him. All right. Spahn ready to work. And we have a rain delay here in Chicago. All right. Rain delay, 55 minutes. They've rolled back the tarp. We're ready to go. Spahn looking tired, but we're getting the report that Glavine is tired. So we'll see if Glavine will indeed have a chance to, if they're going to leave him in the game. All right, Spahn deals to Bell. 1-2 pitch. Bounding ball to third. Yost to Hodges. 1 away. Here's Kirby Puckett now. Kirby walked back in the 3rd. Let's see if he sees Spahn well here. 1-1 pitch. Puckett swings. Long fly ball to left, but too high. And Minnie Minoso brings it down. Out number 2. And Tom Glavine in there. He is nothing for 1. Shallow flyout last time up, and Frank Thomas will come in to pinch hit. So Tom Glavine's day is done, and the big hurt comes in. And Thomas hits this one high and deep, and there goes the no-no. Frank Thomas comes in and pinch hits a home run out of here, 335 feet. And the 1990s finally get one back here in the bottom of the 5th, touching up Warren Spahn for a home run. I was hoping. All right. Here is Robbie Alomar. Was hit by a pitch by Warren Spahn back in the 3rd. That was the inning the 1990s loaded him up and left him that way. Spahn brings it home. Here's the pitch. Alomar, little bunt, and Hodges fires down, and that is it. So Mark Eichhorn now will come in to pitch for the 1990s. Let's look at Mark Eichhorn's numbers here on the season. He is making his first appearance or in the game, but on the season, Eichhorn's numbers look like this. 7 1/3 worked, 5 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. His whip 1.227, and the league hitting just 192 against Eichhorn. All right, Gil Hodges, Minnie Minoso, and Ernie Banks due up. Tight ball game here. Warren Spahn had the no-hitter. Rain delay. Glavine was tired. Frank Thomas came in and kaboom, and is now 2-1. No errors in this game as Mark Eichhorn brings it home. 0-2 pitch. And this one inside. Gil Hodges hit by a pitch, so there's the retaliation we were waiting for. Hit batsman, and that one 90 miles an hour. Hodges, though, tough customer. He's going to shake it off. Here's Minnie Minoso, 1 for 2, including an RBI triple. Eichhorn brings it home, full count. Minnie Minoso looks at ball 4. So Eichhorn missing there. And here comes Ernie Banks, 1 for 2. Ernie looking to come through big time here. Again, tearing up the league this year. 2-2 pitch on the way to Mr. Cub. Fly ball left field. Routine for Albert Bell. Gil Hodges fakes going to third, but he's going to hold up. So 2 on, or for Yogi Berra. Berra grounds us up the middle. Vizquel will go to Bagwell. So they're not going to turn 2. Runners advance in the play. 2 down. Hodges at third. Minoso trailing at second. And Warren Spahn. And gentlemen, I think we allow Warren Spahn to hit for himself. Why not? He's earned it. Full count. And Spahn swing and a miss. And inning over. Nothing across. 2 men left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 in favor of the 1950s. Warren Spahn will face the 2-3-4 hitters, Omar Vizquel, Jeff Bagwell, and Larry Walker. Vizquel in the game walked his last time up, so he's 0 for 1. Spahn with a 1-1 pitch. Vizquel swings. High pop fly in the infield. Ernie Banks culling off Red Schoendienst. And that will be the first out of the inning. Jeff Bagwell has fanned twice against Warren Spahn, and those are the 2 strikeouts Spahn has in the game. Here's the pitch. Bagwell, first pitch swinging. Kiss it goodbye. And this game is tied. Gotta love it. So I'm going to borrow a line from RGO Network, but I'm going to put it to a different game. No lead is safe in action PC baseball. As he says, no lead is safe in inside pitch. All right. Whole new ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. And here's Larry Walker, 0 for 2. He's flown out twice. Lefty Hall of Famer in the box. Spahn deals, 0-2 pitch. Walker swings, grounded back to the mound. Spahn fields it easily, cleanly, and tosses on to Gil Hodges for the 1-3 putout. So 2 away here now for Chipper Jones. He's grounded out to his counterpart, Eddie Yost, twice. All right. Seems to be just overcast now. The rain has stopped. Field conditions still a little bit damp here in Chicago. As Warren Spahn brings the 0-2 pitch, Chipper Jones lines this one to left. And Minoso getting the ball back in. They're going to charge Eddie Yost with a poor play, but I think that was a good solid hit there by Chipper Jones. So I'm going to disagree with the official scorer here. So 2 away for Mike Piazza now. Piazza 0 for 2. He is grounded out to Gil Hodges twice. Spahn brings it home. Piazza swings in the first pitch. Easy grounder to Eddie Yost. Fires across the diamond, and that retires the 1990s. But they pick up a run on 2 hits. No errors. We go to the top of the 7th. Jeff Montgomery will come on to pitch now for the 1990s. Montgomery on the season, a 7.94 earned run average, no wins, 1 loss, 5 2/3 work, 9 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, a whip up there of 1.941, and the league hitting .391 against Jeff Montgomery. John, you know what? There you go. I mean, I'm just kind of doing what I'm doing too, right? So John says he's got a new PC for Flight Sims and more intense games, and he's setting up his old PC for baseball games later today. That's what I'm doing here. The only thing I am doing on the new PC as far as baseball is, like I said, I'm testing out of the park baseball on both of these machines, but this one's going to mainly be for music and baseball uses, I guess, and stuff like that. And again, the new PC, just like you, for the more intense stuff. So putting it through its paces, cranked everything up in Space Engine, which is not a game, but an amazing simulation. And if you're running that thing cranked, your computer really needs some stones. And it laughed. It just like, yeah, what? So there we go. Very, very happy with it. But I think I'm just going to keep everything for baseball on this PC, which is still a decent PC here. So cool, Jeff. Great, or John. Great minds think alike, man. All right, Eddie Yost, 0 for 2 here. We're back at the top of the order for the 1950s here in inning number 7. And thanks, guys, for joining me on a Saturday afternoon for a doubleheader. This is our second game. All right, Eddie Yost grounded out his last time up. Jeff Montgomery ready to work, wanting to bring down that rather astronomical ERA. 0-2 pitch. Eddie Yost drives this one to right field. Base hit. Walker playing it on the hop and getting it back into Robbie Alomar. So Eddie Yost aboard now for Red Schoendienst. Walked his last time up. He is 0 for 2. Righty Montgomery deals home. 3-1 pitch behind Schoendienst. Schoendienst bounces this to Alomar. Alomar is going to go to first. So Yost moves to second on the play. Not sure why. I mean, Yost getting a decent jump out there, but Yost not the fastest runner in the world, but Alomar deciding to go to first for the shore out. 2-2 your score here in the 7th now as Hank Aaron steps to the plate. He is over 2 with a walk. Montgomery with the 1-2 pitch. Aaron swings, base hit, pass short, and Eddie Yost will stop at third. Was thinking of home, but he's going to hold. Chance now for Mickey Mantle, batting lefty against the righty Jeff Montgomery. Mickey Mantle has struck out twice in the game. All right, Montgomery works out of the stretch. Piazza has a quick word. The through-in pitch to the legendary center fielder, and the Mick draws the walk. All right, 1 out, and here is Gil Hodges. 33 home runs coming into from last season. A home run this season with 4 runs batted in. Eddie Yost at third, Hank Aaron at second, Mickey Mantle at first, and Gil Hodges at the plate. He was drilled by a pitch his last time up. Montgomery out of the stretch, big pitch. Piazza out to have a quick word, going over the signs, back behind the dish. 0-2 on the way to Gil Hodges, cut on, and this one popped in the infield. Vizquel ranging way over and makes the catch. 2 down. So the 1950s perhaps letting a great opportunity to break this tie go by the board. Tom Henke now will come in for relief. Montgomery's day is done. Looking at Henke's numbers here, making his first appearance of the season. So coming into the season, a 2.51 earned run average, 4 wins, 4 losses, 31 saves, 71 1/3 innings work, 5 home runs, 24 walks, 85 strikeouts, a much more respectable whip of 1.049. And the league hit 198 against Tom Henke. Bases loaded for Minnie Minoso, and that was a huge out for Jeff Montgomery to get Gil Hodges to foul out. All right, Minnie walked back in the 6th. Again, has that RBI triple. All right, Tom Henke, the bespeckled one, ready to deal. 1-2 pitch. Minnie Minoso hit by Tom Henke, and Eddie Yost will walk home. Ouch. So the 1950s reclaimed the lead. It's 3-2. Bases still loaded. And here's the guy you don't want to see this year, Ernie Banks. So Banks 1 for 3 in the game. RBI single back in the 3rd. So Minoso at first, Mantle at second, Aaron at third. Banks at the plate. Hall of Famers surrounding Tom Henke. The 1-2 pitch. And Ernie Banks, swing and a miss. Middle of the 7th, guys. 7th inning stretch time, 3-2. 1950s lead the 1990s. And we're back. Home half of the 7th inning action here. Second game of a doubleheader. First one was out of the park baseball. In the Miss League, the Cardinals defeated the Blue Jays 4-1. Bob Gibson with a 14 strikeout performance in that game. Now in this one, kind of a weird one going on. 3-2, the 1950s lead the 1990s. In this Decades League, that was an older subset of the baseball history collection from Action PC Baseball. Needs to be updated to add the 2010s. All right, Albert Bell, nothing for two, lead things off. It's going to be Bell, Puckett, and then a pinch hitter, we're assuming here, for Tom Henke. We will see. All right, Albert grounded to third back in the fifth. Spahn still looking pretty strong out there. 1-0 pitch on the way. Bell swings and fly ball. Minnie Minosa on his horse to his left, and he makes the catch. 1 away. Spahn now to face Kirby Puckett. Kirby 0 for 1 with a walk. Spahn into his windup and full count. Puckett looks at ball 4 upstairs, so Puckett draws the walk, and that's the third walk issued by Warren Spahn now. Tom Henke in here. Let's see. Will he bat for himself? He will not. Craig Biggio will come on to pinch hit. And one thing I would like, it would be really cool for Action PC, this would be a very small quality of life edition, is we can't look at Biggio's stats until we click yes, and then the pitch happens. So it'd be nice if there was a delay. Maybe there's a setting in there I've missed, though. That's all. Anyhow, Craig Biggio comes on to pinch hit. Spahn deals. Biggio, grounder to Banks. Banks will go to Shane Deans. No relay to first, so Biggio gets on in the fielder's choice. And now we can look at his numbers a little bit here. On the season, Craig Biggio hitting .333 with 2 runs batted in. All right. Back at the top of the order now for Robbie Alomar. He was hit by a pitch in the third, and that was the only time he's been on base. So 0 for 2 for him. Spahn checks Biggio at first. Biggio has speed, 33 steals from last season. Check of the runner, 1-2 pitch. Biggio was off with the pitch, but a strike out, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 7 in the books here in the south side of Chicago. It's the 1950s 3 and the 1990s 2. Doug Jones will now come on to pitch for the 1990s. And he will face Yogi Berra, and then we'll decide if we want Warren Spahn to keep going. And then back at the top of the order in Eddie Yost. Yogi is 0 for 2. Doug Jones's numbers, he has a save thus far this year in 4 innings of relief. Has walked 1 and struck out 5. League hitting .313 against Jones with a whip of 1.5. All right, here we go. Doug Jones deals behind Berra, 3-1. Hard hit ground ball to short. Vizquel up and over to Bagwell. Out number 1. All right. Clutch strikeout. Hfield 07 joining us. All right, guys. Scores 3-2 here in the top of the 8th. Spahn has pitched a pretty fine game. Had a no-hitter and all that stuff. Broken up. Do we want to pinch hit for Warren Spahn? When we go to the bottom of the 8th of the 1990s, is going to be Vizquel, Bagwell, and Walker. So let's see. Take a little poll here. Wait for a moment and see. Spahn 0 for 2 in the game. Yes for a pinch hitter. No to allow him to bat. Just have a look at this pitcher batter analysis tool here. So for lefties, these are great teams. What are you going to say? So looking at this, it looks like Stan Musial is going to be our best choice as a pinch hitter, and I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in Stan Musial. So Warren Spahn pitched quite a good ball game, and now here is Stan the Man. Musial 0 for 6 on the season, so he is due. All right, we are ready to go as Doug Jones to face the former Cardinal legend. Count full on Musial, fly ball right field, deep and off the wall. Walker fields it, and Stan Musial comes in and leads off the 8th with a double for the 1950s. So brilliant call there by the manager. All right, back at the top of the order now. Eddie Yost is 1 for 3, singled back in the 7th. Doug Jones checks Musial at second. Musial not a threat to steal. Jones brings the 0-1 pitch to Eddie Yost. Cuts on, and this one, bounder back to the mound. Jones to Bagwell. Musial goes nowhere on the play. So 2 away for Red Shanding, so it was nothing for 3. Doug Jones deals 0-2 pitch. Shanding swings, base hit. No! Robbie Alomar, great range over there, stopping at second. And side retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The 1950s clean to a 3-2 lead. And we need us a hurler in here. So, I think what do I want to go with here? I think we're going to go with Ray Narleski. Why not? Let's just go with this really cool tool. Hoyt Wilhelm. Don't really want to use Wilhelm at this point. Let's bring in Narleski. So Narleski will come on. Musial will take a seat. Number 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here in the bottom of the 8th for the 1990s. Be Vizquel, Bagwell, and Walker. Narleski making his first appearance of the season. Coming into the season, a 3.58 earned run average for Narleski. 7 wins, 5 losses, 9 saves for him. Here we go. Narleski deals 1-1 pitch to Vizquel. Vizquel swings, high fly ball, center field. Mickey Mantle ranging to his right and back and reels it in for out number 1. All right, number 3 hitter Jeff Bagwell bats with 1 away. Solo shot back in the 6th that tied things up. Narleski with the 0-1 delivery. Bagwell swings, grounder deep to short, banks up with it onto Hodges. They get Bagwell by a step. 2 up, 2 down now for Larry Walker. In 3 attempts, he has done nada. Narleski with the 0-2 pitch. Walker, line drive, base hit into right center. Mantle and Aaron converge. Mantle getting the ball on a hop. Walker aboard at first. Walker a sometimes threat to steal, but here's Chipper Jones, 1 for 3, singled his last time up. Narleski peers in, has the sign from Yogi Berra, and the 1-2 pitch. Chipper Jones cuts and misses. Narleski picks up the strikeout, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and man left. We go to the top of the 9th inning. The 1950s lead the 1990s 3-2. And we will see the heart of the order for the 1950s. Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle, and Gil Hodges. The 1950s blowing a big chance with the bases sold out to bust this game wide open. So both starters out. Doug Jones staying on in relief. Hank Aaron, 1 for 3, singled his last time up in the 7th. Jones deals 0-1 pitch to Hank Aaron. Aaron swings, fly ball twisting foul. Third base side, Chipper Jones gives chase and reaches into the crowd and pulls it out. 1 away. Got that rabbit out of the hat quite easily. Mickey Mantle, 0 for 3, including a walk. We're going to let Mick bat here. 2-2 pitch. And Mickey Mantle looks at one on the corner. Steal right 3. So Mickey Mantle, his debut today, not so good. Samuel Smith says Out of the Park 8 available as a free download. Yeah, nice vintage game with all seasons. Takes player photos and has good play-by-play. Bring it up for you guys for a minute and show it to you. Because, a little trick, you got to make it run full screen. But yes, Out of the Park is available. Out of the Park 8. Get it, guys. It's a fine baseball game. And you get to see where we've been. It's a very sexy version of Diamond Mine baseball. So if you want something that's prettier, Out of the Park 8. Again, there's no animation, no sound. There's only one ballpark, and it's just a backdrop at Citizens Bank Park. But hell of a game. All right, here's Gil Hodges. We get to the bottom of the 9th. It's going to be Piazza, Bell, and Puckett due up for the 1990s. Doug Jones to deal to Hodges now. Popped short his last time up. 1-1 pitch. And Hodges drills this one. Sinking liner to Albert Bell, who makes the grab. All right, we go to the bottom of the 9th. Piazza, Bell, and Puckett. And I think we're going to go to our pen. And let's see what we got here. Tough stuff here. Looking at these percentages, I think I'm going to let Narleski pitch to him and let Hoyt Wilhelm warm up. Piazza, nothing for 3. He's not gotten the ball out of the infield all day. Narleski with the 1-2 delivery. Piazza swings, long fly ball, left field. It is up and off the wall. Minoso plays the carom, and Piazza on at second, and Narleski is done. And Hoyt Wilhelm will come on in relief. So Wilhelm has his work cut out for him. And an ERA, a not flattering at all, 8.10. He's 0-1 with 2 saves. He's worked 3 1/3, given up a home run, walked 2, struck out 3. The league is hitting just 167 against Hoyt Wilhelm with a whip of 1.2. All right, Albert Bell, nothing for 3. Here we go. Potential tying run on with nobody out for the 1990s here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 0-2 pitch on the way to Albert. Bell swings, fly ball, shallow left, and Minoso has it, calling off Ernie Banks. So 1 out now for Kirby Puckett, who was nothing for 1. Kirby's walked twice in the game. Wilhelm peers in, shaking off Berra, has a sign he likes from the set, and the 1-2 pitch. Kirby Puckett, liner, right to Ernie Banks. So 2 down, Wilhelm looking to pick up the save. And who's going to pinch hit for Doug Jones? Who are you going to call? Ken Griffey Jr. will come in. Count full on the kid, and the kid draws the walk. So Junior draws the walk, and here is Robbie Alomar. 2-game-winning RBI on the season. Alomar, nothing for 3. Piazza at second. Griffey Jr. trailing him at first. 2 down, bottom of the 9th here. Wilhelm ready to deal now to Robbie Alomar. The 0-1 pitch. Alomar swings, grounder to first. Gil Hodges will take it 3 unassisted. That's your ball game, and a good one it was. Let's look at our recap here really, really quickly. So the 1950s draw even at 500 ball at 6-6. The 1990s fall to 5-7. The line for the 1950s, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. For the 1990s, 2 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Warren Spahn with the win. He improves to 1-1. Jeff Montgomery takes the loss, falls to 0-2. Minnie Minoso goes 1 for 2 with 2 runs batted in for the 1950s. For the 1990s, Jeff Bagwell 1 for 4 with a home run, and Frank Thomas with that pinch hit home run. All right. We had a triple in the game. It's an RBI triple by Minnie Minoso. And disappointingly, no triples, but no surprise here for the 1990s. But 1 extra, but did get a double. Mike Piazza, pretty nice, and 1 double. Musial came in and pinch hit. Let's have a look at pitching. So Warren Spahn went 7, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Gave up 2 home runs, walked 3, struck out 3. In the ERA of 5.66, he faced 28 batters. Narleski came in, worked an inning in relief. And struck out a batter. Hoyt Wilhelm picks up his 3rd save of the year, pitched an inning, and walked a batter. Not so good news here. They hit the pen pretty hard here. Tight game again, 3-2 though. Tom Glavine went 5, gave up 2 earned runs, walked 4, struck out 2. Eichhorn came in, worked an inning in relief, walked 1, and struck out 1. Jeff Montgomery tagged with the loss for 2/3 of an inning, gave up an earned run. Tom Henke worked a 3rd in relief and had a strikeout, and Doug Jones with 1 strikeout in 2 innings of relief. And I'm guessing player of the game is probably going to be Warren Spahn. No, Minnie Minoso. All right. Awesome. So we'll let the standings change up. There's still some good pitching matchups here that I want to save for another broadcast. I don't perceive, we'll see, the 1950s. So moving up a little bit here, but nothing changed. So we'll see who the 1980s are playing, and then we're going to back out of this, show you Out of the Park 8 really quickly, and then end the broadcast. And I promise, very quickly. Since Samuel Smith was kind enough to let us know about that, and very, very good game. So remaining games for today in the or on this day in this Decades League, Carl Mays will take the hill for the 1920s against the 19th century, an old Haas Radborn, but I'd rather Ken Castro be around for that one. Gaylord Perry and Randy Johnson, the 1970s versus the 2000s. That 1970s team, really, really good stuff. Let me see. The 1980s against the 1960s is B. McCaddy versus Drysdale. And then finally, the 1900s versus the 1930s, Ironman McGinnity versus Lefty Grove. There's a marquee matchup for you right there. Okay, but that is for another day, baseball fans. Now, let's go ahead and let this move down here after updates. So when you're playing with anything like the Baseball History Collection or whatever, just expect it to take a little bit longer to update because it's drawing from a huge database. But here it is, Out of the Park 8 Baseball. It is free. It is free. So this was back in the olden days with, again, an interface that wasn't so easy to use. I have not put real player picks into this one, but it works. So manual was right there for you. I wouldn't worry so much about the videos or anything like this. Let's continue. So here it is. Samuel telling us about what's available in this game. And again, you have to just look around on the Out of the Park forums. You'll find it. And there it is, free. How cool of them to do it. All right. So if we go to a new Major League game, I don't know. We'll just call it a, I don't know. I'm just going to call it Test 1. All right. And I don't know what images it's copying, whatever. I don't remember having player photos in here. I don't think they are. So consider creating a dynasty. Okay. Let me see. We're going to play in commissioner mode. My goodness gracious. Wait, hang on a second. Now we got a new Major League game. We're cool. I got to think about this for a minute because it's been a while. So Major League Baseball, and I'm going to start with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And playing commissioner mode. Yeah, Pittsburgh. I'm not going to use a password. So again, mea culpa, guys. It's been a while since I've played with this. So we're scouting players, and what are we doing here? I don't even think we didn't even pick a year. Damn it! Let me go back again. My fault, guys. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the main screen again. Jeez. All right. Gotta remember how they did this back in the day. There we go. Duh. Create historical league. I just wanted to show you what seasons were available for this. Okay. So you can select you can select your path to the database, put in the season. So give me a season. Let me see. This is between 1901 and 2006. So pretty cool there. Lots of baseball that you can play. There, it does have its advanced mode. It also has that deep stuff already existing in Out of the Park baseball that gets pretty wild. So let's pick a season. I don't know. Give me a season. Somebody throw out a year if you would, please. If you would, you'd be so kind. So from 1901 to 2006, lots of good baseball. As you can see, it's a bit of a tricky interface here, but back in the day, I didn't think it was. It was like, oh, this is pretty easy. But this also, this is around the time that you were seeing Pure Sim Baseball. So here's another one. I'm not going to put a link to this. Just go find it on the Out of the Park forums. Okay, no one wants to pick a year, so I will. And let me see. What would be a fun year? I guess we can do 19. We'll do 1980. We'll do 1980. So you can base potential ratings on the remaining years of career totals, peak seasons of career remaining. So I'm just going to do remaining years of career. Just leave it at that. I'm not going to adjust anything here. We're just going to go to the next step. We're not even going to mess with advanced mode in this. So it's loading the database. Real easy. Importing everybody. And this has a nice play-by-play. It's not quite to the level of Diamond Mine baseball, but it's pretty cool. So we're going to pick our team, and of course we're going to pick Ken Castro's Philadelphia Phillies, because I don't know where the hell he is. I don't know where he is, but anyhow, we'll just pick these Phillies. Oops, nope, Phillies. Okay, we can change. This is where we can change things. So we're just going to leave everything as it is. Go to the next step. This course isn't licensed yet by Major League Baseball. We're going to add. I like to do all the, just like I do in Out of the Park nowadays. Require full minor league rosters, block fictional players, because I can't stand playing with fictional players. Okay, you can recalculate automatically. You can hold an expansion draft and import financials. Always turn those off because financials suck. I already work for a living. I don't give a damn. All right, no fictional pictures. Again, this uses like a it uses face gen. If you want to use that, you can create pictures on demand and update player pictures and blah blah blah. Next step. I'm just going to leave it as me, and I'm not going to start unemployed. Again, just because we'll just pick the Phillies for Ken. We're going to play in commissioner mode, and we'll just call this Phillies 1980. I mean, why not? Okay, and we start the game. Too bad I didn't see that. H Field could have done 1993. That always can. So here we are in the home screen, and one of the things that would always freak people out is the Out of the Park baseball interface. And you had your choice of working from icons at the bottom or all of this at the top. So there you go. But again, you can see it didn't have major league logos. I don't even think there was a way you could actually put them in. Oh yeah, maybe you can. Let's see if you can do it. Let me see. Because I've never tried this. I've never back in the day, I don't even think I messed with this. I'm just like, I just want to play baseball. I don't care. Yeah, it looks like you can find it. I just have to keep going up and up and up and up and up. Because if I go to logos, there's nothing. But let's see. Let's see if we can. Let's go to Park 25. Let's see if we can steal a logo from there. Not from there, because that's in C users. We gotta go way up, dude. I just want to see. Just want to see. There's DK Sports Data. Always fun to steal from there. And let's go to team logos. And wow, okay, holy moly, got a lot of them. Let's find just Philadelphia Phillies for 1970. Yeah, whatever. This is good. Let's see if it actually loads it. There we go. So you can load all the logos and stuff if you want. So, hey, I even learned something new after all these years. So at least the Phillies have that. Cool. So you can go to game is what it does. We can autoplay today. We can go to spring training. There's your manager homepage, everything that you would expect. Let's go to our manager homepage here first, which looks like we're on. We can review our roster. And again, we haven't started spring training yet. So there we go. Everybody is in where they should be. There's Pete Rose. And yep, I didn't use player photos. Didn't feel like it. And then it works just like a browser. Just go back and whatever. Okay. Let's go to spring training. And do I want a trade proposal? Nah. Let's delete all these messages because I don't care. Yeah, I don't really care about that stuff. Okay. And let's let it keep rolling about. I mean, for free, man, you know? Oh my God. I keep forgetting you can turn this off somewhere, and I didn't do it. So let me see if this is here. So we can turn all that off because I really, really don't care. Options. Okay, Excel autoplay. When you receive a trade proposal, when you get a personal message, let's turn all this crap off. We're going to leave injured and that on. Okay. And let's continue. Okay. So let us autoplay until spring training begins. And there we are. And now we're in spring training. So we'll just do a spring training game, an inning or two, just so you can see what it looks like, because there's nothing to hear. So you can manage a quick play any game, of course. And let's do... I can't stand the Astros, so we're not going to do that. So the logos come in really... You can see it back there, at least. We got the cute little picture there. Let's do, I don't know. Reds Dodgers. Okay. Pastore versus Valenzuela. Okay. Looks like we've got everything here. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to leave this AI versus AI. If you play out of the park baseball, you know all the managing things and stuff like that. So play-by-play box, all that kind of stuff. And let's start the game. And there we go. So again, no noise, no sound, no nothing. And you can't change this ballpark photo as far as I know. But that's all right. You know what? Clee Baseball Fan does all his strat stuff on an image of Wrigley Field. So no big deal there. All right, so in the box here, let's get it going. The other day, spring training action as the Dodgers face the Reds today. 53 degrees, not a single cloud in sight. The wind is blowing left to right at 8 miles per hour. Collins is at the plate. Valenzuela toes the rubber, winds and brings it home, and that one a called strike. So we don't want to play. We certainly don't want to play this way. Delivery, and it's a swing line foul behind the third base coach, and the coach ducks out of the way. All right, now I do want to fix this because I don't want to stay in this mode. So let's try this. Valenzuela checks the sign, looks hard at Collins and fires. Strike 3 called, so gets the fastball for out number 1. That's basically it. So you can switch to have this play per at bat if you want. You can't. Yeah, there you go. You can also readjust the fielders in real time, which you can't do anymore. So I thought the field looked a little bit wonky. But I'm not going to play out this game as far as calling it or whatever. But get it. It's free, guys. You can't beat it. So, Samuel, thank you for the reminder. It's sitting on my desktop, but I rarely boot this up. Again, play-by-play is pretty good. Okay. So it's space. Now sitting against Concepcion. And here is the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, and this one lifted to deep right field. Smith has to hurry over the fence. Concepcion with a homer. My, oh my. Distance on that one is 370 feet. Concepcion delivers a bomb. First home run in spring training. So what's weird about this is if you click continue, you get pitch by pitch mode. If you hit the space bar, so we'll see here. What's George Foster standing over here? Come on. Come over here, George. What are you doing? Get over there. All right. It's space. Boom. All right. Coming up next, Foster is the pitch swung on, lined hard up the middle. Davey Lopes lunging for it and just misses it. Drops for a hit. So again, not too bad. All right. Here's Johnny Bench. He's in the box to face Valenzuela. 3-2 pitch from the stretch. Bench swings. Well hit ball into the gap in deep left. That's trouble for Rick Monday. Races after it at the warning track over his head. And Bench taking the wide turn at first and sprints for second. Foster makes third on the play, and Bench has himself a double. So there you have it. This game by default won't run in full screen, but just go into properties and make it run full screen, and that's it. And you got yourself a free baseball game, 1901 to 2006. There's a lot you can do with it, and it takes up hardly any space. Hard drive space these days is not really a consideration, anyhow. But you can switch if you don't want this view, and again, you might have to do a little bit of putzing about and stuff like that. You can also play it with this kind of view. So you're still gonna have the play-by-play down here, and gonna have all your players and everybody's clickable. So you can do it as this, and you're gonna see pitch locations, stuff like that. Box score available right there. Very, very, very textually dense. You can also play this as you can look and see what's going on in the network. So we don't have anything. You can even look at minor league stuff like that. Your substitution screens are all along the top. There are your game options, of course. And again, there's your box score, and this will generate an HTML page. But again, not really any need for that. Keeps a running game log. So pretty stuff for back in the day. Let's go back to our Scion webcast. And that is Out of the Park Baseball 8, available free on the Out of the Park forums. I forget, Samuel, exactly where it is, but it's definitely there. Have fun with it, guys. If you decide, three free baseball games: Pure Sim, Strategy Baseball, and Out of the Park Baseball 8. This has been free for a few years now. So if it's free, I had to get it. Let's go ahead and just do the game, because this is just spring training. And wow, holy moly, the Reds absolutely obliterate the Dodgers 12-1. 12-1, holy moly. So again, clicking on anybody, yeah, I definitely did not use real pictures. Clicking on anybody gives you all kinds of statistic fun. So there you go. Don't know what to say, man. You could also write a recap back in the day, so there's no sort of AI at that point. And we'll go ahead and leave the game. And then it ran everything else in the background. That's it. There's not going to any need to really do any tutorials in this game. I'm not anticipating that if you're an out of the park player, just after getting used to just a few weird things here, you're good to go. You can look at any team and, of course, any player. I always did like the way that I don't know any of these players here the A's here in 1980. I don't know. We'll care Mike Norris, so we can see all kinds of stuff here for Mike Norris, including they've always kindly done real life stats or basic stats, expanded stats. So it's out of the park. It's Out of the Park Baseball. So, and it's free. Guys, thank you very much for coming in for today's doubleheader and just a look at this other freebie out there. If anybody does get it and you play around with it, let me know. Again, it's I think it's super nice looking. You can look at down here. I mean, this thing is so crazy full of menus, as you can see, for scouting and stuff like that. You can even find uniform numbers if you so desire. Let me see. Picture. So, yep. Can't seem to find a picture, so it is what it is. And then we can finish today and just keep going all the way through spring training. That's it. Thanks for coming in today, guys. It's a lot of fun. And I'm going to take off. So thank you to John DFW, Hfield 07. Philip Reynolds with us. David Lando was here. Aaron Reed. Clee Baseball Fan 879. He's doing some cool Gaylord Perry on Stratomatic. RGO Network. And Samuel Smith was the first one in the ballpark today. We peaked out at around 12, which was super cool. Till the next time, guys, see you around the batting cage. All right.